Good morning, guys, and welcome to another Bloudam and extreme fishing. And should we mention it's also extreme angling and marine? Or should we not mention that? Okay, good morning, guys, and welcome to another Bloudam and extreme fishing episode where we take a look at what fish has been biting, we take a look at the weather, we give you a little bit of an update what's been happening, what bait's been working, and then we take a look at the week ahead and the season ahead in this case. We're going to be looking at what's been going on in the store. Yeah. And we can always see what's going on in the store, what fish is biting, what tackle and what bait the guys are buying.
This was that time of the year.
So I'm once again joined by Kobe from Extreme Fishing. If you don't know where Extreme Fishing is, we're having a lovely coffee sponsored by New York. Right next to Extreme Fishing down the corner of York Street in George, right next to in between Romans and New York. So if you want to get your fishing supplies, if you want to get some stuff before you go fishing, go and visit New York. Or Roman's Pizza, go and grab a pizza pie. One of our favorites, the pizza pies.
Your favorite?
My favorite, the pizza pie. So, yeah, guys, let's first take a look at what's been happening. And I must say, I think one of the fish that was going around in social media the most was the shad.
The shad is quite crazy.
Yeah, the shad has been really going off, and some big shads as well.
Yeah, and they were quite quiet.
Yeah.
The bigger sizes,
yes.
You didn't get it. All of a sudden, all the small ones was biting like crazy.
And then we're talking about those 5-6 kilogram shads that's on the bite at the moment. A couple of reports of those nice size shads coming out.
They're quite big.
Yeah, and we've done a couple of episodes. So if you want to go and catch a shad, early mornings, late afternoon, into the evening, they like the lower light. They're not so active during the day.
No, they don't like today.
So could be on that spot to target. You're looking for nice and flat water. You're looking for a little bit deeper water. When you're fishing for galjoen, in between you find those deep holes. They like those deeper little holes.
Deeper little holes. I think the water temperature is a bit better. This westerly wind that was blowing.
The west definitely cleared it up and made the water a little bit warmer. You're looking at 17, 18. We had reports of water in Mossel Bay up to 19 degrees. Yeah, the water was in Mossel Bay. So looks like we're having an early season. Once again, a couple of nice cobbies coming out. And still galjoen still active. Very active at the moment.
I saw, what's his name, Luan caught. Not a big fish, but the sand gullies is...
your white, those lighter gullies.
Yeah, your grey, if you call it a grey, that's the more beautiful gully.
Oh, I love those lighter ones.
Yeah, they're quite beautiful. So they are starting to bite. It's a bit early, so you can see that somewhere stuff in our daily nature is changing, but because the stuff that gullies is always coming to bite here from
October, November, more September, October.
Mid-September to when the season is closing. That's the time. But they're already biting from July already.
But we've seen some very, very, very early catches of cob as well. It's not those winter cob that the guys used to target during the winter months, those massive, those 35-40 kilogram cobs. It's your younger cobs that's already biting off the beach.
You get the smaller ones. The guys are saying what, 30-40 centimeters down, small ones. Then you get the 50. Somewhere in the rivers is a few nice
there was a couple of nice catches. Remember on the rivers, guys, Gourit's slip is they're doing some work on Gourit's at the slip, so don't go all the way to Gourit's, don't tow your boat all the way to Gourit's to be disappointed. The slip is closed at the moment. They're doing repair work for the season on that slip. So yeah, I think this week has been very productive. We've had perfect conditions this week, those 1.6, 1.7 swell, and the barometric air pressure and the water temperature, everything has been really good. The guys that has gone out fishing has been doing really, really well this week especially. Looking at next week, we're expecting a little bit of the same conditions for next week. Still no rain. It's been a very, very dry season. So yeah.
So I wonder when is the storm coming?
Normally when we have this type of weather during the winter, there's somewhere in October or November, we have massive rains and the estuaries, the dam overflows, and we have all the estuaries opening up. So yeah, there should be some rain soon. There should be some serious rain. Okay guys, like I said, we are talking about what the guys are coming into the store to buy. And yesterday, it was all boat tackle.
Boat tackle and rivers.
Estuary specifically,
Yeah.
estuaries. The target, it looks like the guys are targeting the estuaries fairly early this year. Everybody's itching to get their boats back in the water. So I've got something very, very nice that I'm going to discuss with you today. And this is a ongoing discussion of what rod to use, and we're going to be talking about grunter fishing specifically. I've got 8 rods, anything from, I think it's around about 400 Rand all the way up to 1,007 Rand. I've got 8 different rods. I've got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 reels. Then I'm going to also explain a little bit why I prefer braid against nylon mono, because that's also a discussion that a lot of the guys
quite a big one.
have at the moment, is
Yeah.
especially for grunter fishing and estuary fishing, what to do, how to fish. And I've been targeting these grunters for 35 years already. Since I was a little kid up, and I've got a passion for grunter fishing, and I must say I was fairly successful last season, tweaking here and there, changing a couple of things around. And biggest grunter, I caught over 150 grunters during December. Biggest grunter was a 85 centimeter, 85 centimeter grunter that we caught last year when I took guys out. And on that note, guys, if you want to go fishing with me during December, I'm going to open my diary. So if you want to join us on a Bloudam adventure, phone in, send me a WhatsApp. I'm going to put my WhatsApp number there. Send me a WhatsApp and we can pencil it in. I always try and change the dates around so that I make sure that we are on the fish. I'm not going to take you out fishing or on an adventure if I know there's not going to be fish biting. So we pencil a date in there for December. If you're coming down to visit, if you want to learn how to get bait, if you want to learn how to the tips and tricks that I don't always show. I don't always show everything on the videos. You can't show everything on the videos. You have to learn a little bit by yourself. But if you go on an adventure with me, then obviously you will see all the tips and tricks. Okay, Kobe, are we going to start with reels? Let's start off with the reels. The first one I've got is the Akuma Revenger.
Quite entry level.
Entry level. If you want to get your kids,
nice.
if you want to get your kids a little entry level rod, they come in 3,000, 4,000, 5,000. They come in a wide variety. The one with all my grunters, I would prefer like a 3 or 4,000. I wouldn't go any bigger than that. You don't need bigger than that. As you can see, it's an entry level. If you look at the little handle there, price on these, Kobe?
About 400 Rand.
400 Rand. So nice little entry reel for your kids. Make sure that all these reels, guys, make sure that you wash them off properly when you're done fishing. Even though I know a lot of guys think, I'm on the boat, but make sure that you wash them off with a nice, give them a hot water, just a quick rinse under the tap. Take them off, quick rinse. Don't put them back immediately on your boat. Let them dry off first. And then they last really long. If you look after your reels, they will last. But you get those guys that the salt in the air, the moisture goes onto your rods, especially if you're fishing nighttime as well. The moisture goes onto your rods. Next time you get there, then the handle doesn't want to turn. It's stuck. And what the guys do is they dip it somewhere in the water. And then it starts working again.
I know, yeah.
And I know a lot of guys that dip their reels in the water to get them, or they spray Q20 or WD-40 on it or anything, and then eventually they come to Kobe to service, and then it's cheaper actually to buy a new one.
Yeah.
But nice little entry level. The next one we're going to go for is your Akuma Seimars, but you get different Seimars. I've got the normal Seimar C.
Yeah, the CA.
It's the CA. It's looking at 800 Rand, 799, 899, depending on what spool size, 799, depending on what spool size you take. I actually have some of these, and I must say I was impressed.
Yeah, well, it's got about 6 bearings in.
6 bearings.
Drag is quite smooth and
very smooth. I think you're looking at a 6-7 kilogram drag on these ones.
You don't need.
You don't need anything more than this.
No.
But nice reel. If you look at the handle again, it's a little bit of an upgrade from your Revenger. So there you can see that the handle is a little bit more comfortable on your hand. If you're looking for something a little bit more smooth, a little bit more comfortable, then definitely go for your Seimar. Then we've got the die art.
Yeah.
It's got a reputation. It's built up a reputation. Very, very good reel.
It's a bit heavier.
It's a little bit heavier than the Seymour. And over here, you must start looking at what rod you're going to pair it with.
That's the thing.
You have to, if you're going to go for the big boss that's a little bit heavier, you have to go not a stiffer rod, but you have to go for a little bit something heavier. You can't go with like a LR if it's going to be unbalanced. If you go with a light little rod, and you put on the big boss, it's going to be, you have to go for something like your sloppy or your gully master or your pen power tip. You have to go for something a little bit heavier that's going to pair well with this one. Price on the big boss?
1,090.
1,090 rand for the big boss. This thing has proven itself for a couple of years now. The big boss has really made a name for himself. The Rovex big boss.
Quite nice.
Very nice, reliable. And these ones really, they last.
They last if you look after them.
If you look after them, but even a lot of guys don't look after these, and they still last. They outlast a lot of
For the
reels.
boat guys, I don't think there's something nicer to have on your boat.
Yeah.
You don't have to do
They are robust. No, but they are robust.
That's the thing.
They really
You can
are
go
robust.
fish with your Shimano's, your Daiwas, your pins, your more expensive stuff if you want to, but it's not necessary.
And then another little reel that I've got, and now you're going into, if you look at every single time you go up in the price range, look at the handles as well. You're going up. So this Pen Pursuit's got a power handle on. And what I like about the Pen Pursuit is if you listen to the sound, if you're night fishing for Grunter, if you listen to that clicker,
That's the thing that you want.
if you take a look, and I'm not saying anything about the Seymour that's bad, that's also quite a nice sound. So you're looking at something that makes a nice sound.
And if you take that,
Listen to this one now. Listen to the big boss. If you can hear that. You're not going to hear that. You're not going to hear that when you're night fishing. But if you listen to the Pen Pursuit, that one's going to wake you up. Okay. So that's something that I really enjoy about these Pen Pursuits.
Yeah.
Paired with my pen power tips. And I'm a little band orientated. I don't like going with the Okuma rod and a pen reel.
Okay,
So if I go Okuma, I like to put an Okuma reel on it.
So
and if
there
I go
must be
pen,
you see OCD.
yeah, a little bit OCD. It's not so bad that I need to have 4 or 6 of the exact same rods and exact same reels. That's not. But I like to pair brand with brand. I don't want to go Shimano on a Daiwa or stuff like that. I don't like doing that. But your price on the Pen Pursuits?
1399.
1399. Really nice reel. Something that I must mention about the pens: deeper spools.
They got deeper spools. Yeah.
So you can go with a little bit of a smaller one. You can go 3 or 4,000, and then you will have the same line as your 5,000.
Yeah.
Because the pen does have a little bit of a deeper spool than your other reels. And then probably one of my favorites one at the moment.
I know you love them.
Oh, these are Zors. DFD on a small little reel like this, you're looking at because you've got dual force drags, you've got the front and the back drags. You're looking at a 13-14 kilogram drag.
Yeah.
So this reel does pack a punch. Also got a very comfortable handle on there. Yeah, I love these.
And they show balance between not too heavy.
No,
Not
they're a
light,
little bit
that's
heavier than your Seymours, but a little bit lighter than your big boss.
Yeah.
So it's like in between. But the drag on these are just so smooth. When the Grunter takes away, it's just so smooth with that DFD.
And they have quite a smooth drag.
They
the
have
thing
a
of the
very smooth
Okumas.
drag.
I think everybody that's even fishing with what do you call them? These
Inspires.
inspire us. I have another one here that a guy bought the other day. So with that, this was this is the newer one. So guy bought a 4000 ATX. So was the first one that came out.
Mm-hmm.
The Zors is something that stands on its own. So
Yes.
the guys use this as well for the grunter fishing.
Okay.
And the guy said he went testing it on his boat, Kleinbrak. He said, yes, so he caught a grunter, and he said he couldn't believe what drag this thing has and how smooth it is.
Really, really smooth.
So that's the thing with smaller reels, and especially with the Kuma, it seems like they got it quite right.
They're getting it right.
With the smoother drags and stuff, and the guys that are fishing, especially with grunter fishing, lighter rods and stuff, you don't want a thing that's sticky.
No, you want
something
smooth.
that
No, you want
goes
smooth. So because this is a little bit heavier reel than your Samos, I've got 2 Samos on my LRS, and then I've got 2 of those oars on the sloppies.
Yeah.
So they really pair nicely, and I like the blue that matches the blue of the sloppy. So
OSD again.
OSD, yes, OCD. Okay, so now we're going to take a look at some of the rods, and I must say the guys are bringing out exceptional rods. Back in the day, we only had the Gully Masters. You had a couple of, you had like 3 or 4 options that you can choose from.
They didn't go and think to build a bit of rods for guys that are fishing lighter, doing lighter stuff. So you had to go and shop around quite bad for a proper softer rod if you want something. But now on the market there's so many rods.
Okay, the first one that we're going to look at is once again your budget version, is your Fishman Harrier. So these come in a medium light, medium heavy. They come in a different range. But could be price on these, I think $3.99. So if you look at that and you pair that with your Revenger, if you pair that with your Revenger, you're looking at $800.
Yeah.
And that is actually a very, very nice setup. If you're starting out kayak fishing, or even if you're fishing from the side, 7 foot, if you just bought a boat, you don't need to spend more money. You can actually buy yourself a couple of these setups. It's not going to break the bank. Really nice little light setups. You will be able to do some spinning with it, top water lures. You'll be able to do everything on these, and they will be able to handle the odd cob as well.
Yeah.
It's going to be one hell of a fight. Don't try and go to Witsunt and think you're going to pull a 30-40 kilogram cob with these. I'm going to try that.
You're going to try it?
I'm going to try that, but yeah, it's a really nice rod. If you want to buy your kids something decent to start off with, I'd definitely go with the Fishman Harrier. It's a really nice little setup. I love the tip action. It's a nice light tip action. If you look at that, it's a nice little light tip action. It's got enough backbone on there, and for $3.99, really a good buy in my opinion.
Quite not bad.
No.
Bad buy.
And then we've spoken about the Jarvis Walker, the Jarvis Walkie.
Okay, now all of them want to go.
We've spoken about the Jarvis Walker Gully Master, and this thing has been around for many years. I know that the LTB guys enjoy this. I used to own 6 of them before I switched over. I'm coming in at $449.
Yeah.
And I mean, if you look at the LTB guys, they are catching 50-60 kilogram fish on 4 kilogram line, and most of the guys fish with either this one or the sloppy, and you'll see on the sloppy it even says LTB.
Yeah.
The Kuma sloppy. So yeah, this thing has really proven itself over the years. Many monster cop has been caught in Witsunt, especially on this one. Doubles up as a grunter rod. It's not that stiff that you can't catch grunts on them. For me personally, it's a little bit too stiff. I won't go for a Gully Master, but it's a nice all-rounder rod that you can use for both.
Especially if you go to Witsunt, I think there's some guys that using it on Gourits as well.
Gourits as well. A lot of guys in Knysna as well. You don't have to buy, once again, affordable, and you don't have to buy 12 rods. You don't have to go 6 grunter, 6 cop.
No.
You can. This one can go both ways. It's got more than enough power to handle both of them. Then the next one that we're going, it's basically its brother, if you're brand specific, is the LTB, the sloppy from Akuma. There you can see it says LTB on the rod. A lot the same as the Gully Master, same weight, same bend, Same tip.
I think it will be that jelly tip is a bit softer.
Yeah, you've got. If he talks about the jelly tip, you can see there the tip is another color. So you can see that the tip action there. But it's just that little bit too stiff for me for grunters.
For grunters, it's going to be too stiff.
It's a little bit too stiff for me for grunters.
Your bigger fishes, yeah. Then you can more rather go with LTBs, but
more or less the same price as your gully master as well. Okay, so the next rod we've got is your pen power tip. So I have two of these, and what sets them apart for me from your gully master and your sloppy is they don't come in different weights. You don't get a medium and a medium light, and you get the sloppy, and that's what you get, and you get the gully master, and that's what you get.
That's it.
So with this one, you get the light, the medium light, the medium heavy, and the heavy.
Yeah.
So you can more play around a little bit more. This is the light, and you'll see here, if I take that tip compared to the gully master and the sloppy. But if you go into the medium, or you find more or less the same feel.
Yeah.
Also around about the same price. The pen power tips come in at $5.50, and paired this a little bit heavier rod, but paired with the pen pursuit.
The balance quite nice.
They are really nice. They are.
Nice.
That is my second favorite setup. Is the pen power tip, the light, with the pen pursuit. And it's more your traditional butt. The winch in your butt is more your traditional.
The way of everything is
the foam,
some
and
guys
everything
don't
is
like
set up.
the break up there where your right hand is.
Yes, that little itty bitty part of the bottom one. Like the next four rods, you'll see now is going more in that direction. Then I've got one of these, and I can't wait to test them. Is the Fishman Goshawk. I can't wait to test this one. And that's the part that where we was talking about now. And these lights are so much rods are so much lighter in your hand.
It's quite strange.
It's very light, these ones.
What reel will you put on this?
This opens it up for me because Fishman doesn't supply reels. So now I'm not so specific. But I would definitely go. The price on these are also quite nice, $5.99. And you also get them in different weights. So this is the medium light that we've got here, and if you look at the tip action over here, you can see it's got a nice little parabolic. It's not so, the tip is not so soft as that pen power tip.
No.
It's a little bit stiffer than that, so that will mean that you will have a little bit more backbone to pull. If you're looking at those 5-6 kilogram grunters that you're pulling, it will have a little bit more backbone than that.
It's quite a nice rod.
It's a really nice rod. So your reel that I would put on this one, I do like my Akumas, so I would probably go. You know what reel I would actually put on this one? You're just sold out at the moment of them.
Oh, it's the Titan.
I would put the Titan on this one.
They're quite nice. It's not a heavy reel.
No, that's why I would put the Titan 4000, Loomis Titan 4000. I would put that on this one. But the shop had so many of them, and they just flew. The special that they were running for $8.99 on the 4000 with braid, including braid. Yesterday they've also gone. There was a couple yesterday, but they all sold yesterday. So as quick as they come in, they sell out. So I would put a Titan on this one. I would put a Loomis Titan on this one.
It would be quite nice.
Yeah.
The Titans is not a heavy
No,
reel.
it's not a heavy reel. So I would definitely go with the Loomis Titan on that one. Next one, Kobe, you can talk about this one a little bit. Is this one of the rods that came off the trade show?
Yeah.
Okay, so this is a new one from Akuma, new on the market, $7.49. It is the Akuma Pulse.
Yeah. So that is the color is like an olive color.
Yeah, it's almost like a camo color.
Yeah, like a camo color. So they did bring out a pink one.
24-ton carbon.
Yeah. So they quite built quite nice. That's a medium rod.
Ooh,
And it's
like
quite,
that. I
quite,
like that tip.
Yeah, softer tip. Also good for your grunters.
It's also got that new style of winch and butt
Yeah.
section.
And they build quite nice.
Also
the colour
very
is-
light.
Yeah,
Also
they're
very light.
Very
Very
light
light
rods. Yeah, they're a bit more, 749, but still, you can still...
Affordable.
Affordable.
It's not like the last one, the Assassin will show you. Will show you.
Yeah.
It's not breaking the bank yet.
It's not breaking the bank. So that you compare with the ISX or even a semi HD. If you don't want to go so expensive, we easy. There's a smaller reel.
Yeah, I must say I'm looking forward to testing this one out with a couple of grunters to feel that one. Oh, that will look sexy.
That's a wave power.
That
So
will look good.
also the
You see
smaller
the
reels.
color matches now. You see
Yeah.
the color matches. You don't have a
That's-
red or a
No,
blue one
it's a-
on all of
it's
the
a
silver
black.
matches. The black and the silver matches the color. You see that? See that? Very important. Yeah,
that's a
looking
new-
forward to it. It's a new rod. So looking forward to testing out this one, and then we're getting to my favorite one.
Okay, before we go to your favorite one, let's do the Assassin first.
Oh, we're gonna do the Assassin first. Okay.
Because I know that, yes, that new one of yours, that favorite.
That favorite one of mine.
I think if you can have all of that on your boat, you will do it, man.
Oh, okay. So this is the Assassin Allure. Is it also a new one from them? Or has it been on the market?
It's now almost a year on the market.
This is pricey. 1679.
Yeah.
It's an expensive rod. But if you take the rod, it's obviously with the Assassin brand that comes on it.
Yeah.
You know what you're buying.
You know what you're buying.
It's a Rolls
it's-
Royce of Assassin boat fishing. It's not like Assassin Slayer.
No.
That's a little entry level. I
entry
didn't
level.
even bring the Assassin Slayers.
Yeah, everybody knows the Slayers. and
everybody knows the
using
Assassin
the
Slayers.
Slayers is quite nice.
Yeah.
The Allures is one of the brands that they brought out last year. And that's a medium.
Oh,
And it's quite,
it's soft,
yeah.
but it's still, you can feel that it's got a lot of power in. You can
Yeah.
feel with the tip. You can already feel you'll be able to pull a fish.
So what nice is about these rods, even that they are built like that, even the medium heavy has got a soft tip.
Yeah, I could feel now that tip. It's soft, but like I said, it's soft, but you can feel
Yeah.
it will have power. It will have a lot of power. So yeah, nice, very nice. Assassin rod. If you are an Assassin fan, if you love your Assassins,
Then you can go for
you
that.
can definitely go for the Allure. And then we're going to talk about the Grunter Slayer, the Grunter Killer.
The ultimate.
This thing is just absolutely amazing, guys. I did a test last year during December, and I must say, out of the 6 rods, I pair my rods 222. This was by far the most successful rod. Me and Johan went fishing that one time on the kayak with the kids, and I had 2 of these rods, and we were drifting right next to each other. Same set, and not same rods and reels, but same braid, same hook lines, same baits, everything. We were drifting right next to each other. He didn't get a pickup, and eventually he wanted one of my rods, and I said no, you can't have one. And every single time the fish took, it was on one of these. There's something about the tip action on these Akuma LRFs that is, we call them the jelly tips.
Yeah.
But it's just absolutely amazing. They're all a little bit pricey. They come in at 1,000 rand. But if you want to target Grunter, if you really want to target Grunter, and you don't want to go for an all-purpose one, because you're going to struggle. Or if you get a proper cop on this thing, you're going to struggle.
You're going to struggle, yeah.
You're going to struggle.
It's a bit too soft.
This tip is just, look at that, compared to the other tips. That tip is just so sensitive.
And why did it take you so long?
I don't know. You only introduced it to me last year. You never told me about the LRFs. Guys, these rods and a tip. I'm telling you one of my secrets here. When I'm fishing with these, compared to my other rods, when I'm fishing with these, I set my drag just a slightly tighter than my other drags. The other drags, I go completely loose. What I've started realizing is that, and this is getting very technical now, as soon as you're fishing with a rod that's a little bit stiffer, when the fish pulls away, the first thing, it doesn't pull on your reel. It first picks up the bend of the rod.
Yeah.
So when you've got a little bit of a stiffer rod and you're fishing circle hooks, specifically circle hooks, I'm talking circle hooks now. When you're fishing circle hooks and that fish pulls away, the stiffer rod will set that circle hook.
Yeah.
But when you're fishing with a LRF or something that's got a very, very sensitive tip and a pup, a soft tip, that tip bends and it doesn't actually set the hook.
No.
So if you've got the soft tips that bending and the reel is loose, then nothing is actually setting that hook.
Yeah. So
and I lost a couple of fish that way when I started fishing with the LRFs, where the fish goes off on one hell of a run and then he drops the bait. And all I did was I put my drag a little bit tighter because the fish will bend the rod on the tip and won't feel the tip because the tip is so soft. It will bend the tip and then we'll go on a run, and that drag that's a little bit tighter will actually set that circle hook. So that made that definitely made a difference. A difference when I was fishing with the LRFs. And once I figured that out, yes, I didn't miss a lot of fish on the LRF. Once they go for it, they really commit. And I was fishing with the pen power tips, the sloppies, and the LRFs, and it's horses for courses. I'm not saying that the pen power tips or the sloppies is less rods or not as good as the LRF. All I'm saying is that for grunter fishing, is my preferred rod is definitely the LRF.
Yeah, well, if you take it softer rods, especially the grunters, they're quite finicky.
Very finicky. They're probably one of the most skittish fish there is.
Yeah.
They can be so full of nonsense.
Especially when they're tailing.
When they're tailing, it's very difficult to get them. Sight fishing for them, I've done that on a kayak where you take your prawn and you cast next to them when they are tailing. I had some success with that, where you just slowly gliding into the shallow waters where they're tailing, and so they are tailing, they're looking for prawns, and if you get that prawn without a sinker, just float that prawn next to them in that vicinity where they are tailing. Sight fishing, it's
that's where the LRF will work.
Oh, beautiful. The LRF is perfect for that because you don't need to wait. You don't need to wait for that.
No.
Yeah, so that's 8 rods for you, and we've talked about probably 8 reels as well for you.
Yeah.
Anything from 400 rand up all the way to 1,007, and the reels also in the same price range.
Yeah.
And then the last discussion that we're going to have before we talk about braid versus mono nylon, a big change for me was switching over. I used to fish with 7 kilogram Maxima Ultra Green, and I switched over to 4.5. So that's another secret that I'm telling you today. 4.5. Don't go any higher than 4.5 targeting grunter. Yes, if you get a cob or if you get a shad or if they nick you, this is very thin.
It's quite thin, yeah.
It is very thin, but it makes a huge difference in your pickup rate. And my philosophy, grunter fishing, I'll rather pick up the fish and lose it than not pick up the fish at all. So I got a lot more pickups.
4.5.
For 4.5. And thinking of it now, I actually never broke one off on the 4.5. These Maxima Ultra Green is really strong.
They are.
They are really, really strong.
Yeah, so the thing about the Maxima is, like I showed you the other day, you will see this one doesn't kink so much. The thinner ones.
Yeah.
And you don't get a 4.5 in any of the other lines.
You don't. You don't get a leader line, a hook line that's 4.5.
No.
And they even have a 3.54. I know there's one lighter than this as well. Maybe I must try that one out this year.
3.5.
So that grunter of Wikifish said it was 6.5, that 85 centimeters was caught on a 4.5 leader line on a hook line. Okay, so yesterday we had the same client coming in and saying braid or nylon. And this is let's talk about the color first. If you're going to be night fishing, make sure that you have a nice color. A brighter color that you can see the line during the night. If you're just going to be day fishing, you can go for any color.
Yeah.
Stay away from the colors actually, because your yellows and stuff like that becomes really difficult to see during daytime.
It's quite strange, they disappear.
They disappear during daytime. At nighttime, it's really nice.
It's nice.
But
I know some guys go these days for this perma black,
Yes.
the DNA black.
some of the lines, if you go to nylon, there's got like a glare on it. It shines.
Yeah,
I think the Diamond tournament one's got like a nice glare on it.
that brown one.
Yes.
The sensor.
Yes, a sensor.
Yeah.
The Diamond sensor. That one's got you actually see that one quite clearly during night as well. If there's like any light shining on that line, you actually see it quite nicely.
Something like a fluorescent.
Yes. So now the question: what thickness of braid do I actually put on, or what thickness of nylon do I actually put on?
A 20 pound is more than enough. I won't go thicker than that, because if you go and take a monoline, say what, a 5.5, I think what?
We've got the 6.8 here,
You got the 6.8.
and I won't go lighter than 6.8, and that's on the nylon. 6.8 nylon, 0.3.
Okay, so a 20 pound is 0.18.
So this is a 15 pound.
That's a 15
This is
pound.
15 pound, 0.3 diameter, and your 20 pound braid
is
is
0.18.
0.18. So you're looking at 0.12 thinner on your braid. So that's why I prefer fishing with braid, because you can go a little bit heavier
Yeah,
and you're actually fishing lighter. You're fishing with heavier line, but you're fishing with thinner line, so you're actually fishing lighter.
so that's why the thing, and I know nylon floats a bit more. Braid, if it gets water, it gets a bit heavier. So when you do a bit of drifting bait, that will sink a bit faster.
So yeah, the downfall, the negative about braid, if you have 6 rods in the water
Oh,
and you've got current and a fish picks up, it's not sort out, it's throw away. You cut off and you throw away. So you actually,
That's my
when you
thing.
get tangles
it's
with the current,
it's
or
not
a fish
moaning.
or a big fish picks up 2 or 3 lines, it's cut off and throw away. You're not going to sort that mess out.
No, you're not.
No, so that's the only negative part about braid for me. But as soon as a big fish bite, reel in your lines. Don't try and go under and over and under and over. Reel in your lines. Rather land that fish and save all the braid, because braid is expensive. So nylon you can sort out. It's not such a big issue. You can sort out the nylon, but
You can.
your braid, you're not going to sort out the braid. It's
No,
it's a
it's
mess.
not- it's a mess.
It's a mess.
It's like building a puzzle.
Okay, guys. So on that note, we're going to end this episode. Thank you so much, Kuri, for having me in the shop again. And we'll talk about. There's a couple of episodes that we want to do on sliding. We'll show you some sliding rigs, and we'll show you a couple of baits for grunter season as well, where we will show you a couple of tricks and tips on how to hook your prawns, how to fish with choka, how to fish with bloodworm, how to fish with pilchard, my favorite bait at this moment for grunter, and it's a very underrated bait for grunter.
Yeah.
So in the coming episodes, in the coming weeks, make sure to subscribe, guys. We've got around about 3,000 subscribers left, then we hit that magic 100,000. So thank you guys for joining in. See you next week.